MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's Game 4 of the National League Division Series between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you to our exclusive postseason coverage on MLB Network. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, lots of storylines here as we approach the start of Game 4.
Well, because this is a 5-game series, this is an elimination game. I think that any time a team's season is on the line, they have to play like it. I think they'll be really aggressive and try to force the other team into some mistakes. If they play well, all of a sudden this series is all tied up, and we'll have a Game 5 to look forward to.
Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now your 2020 New York Mets.
And briefly here, a glance at the two starters who'll get the ball here in this one. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. And Dero, how do they fight off elimination here on the road?
Matty, this lineup's got to be willing to adjust. They cannot stay staunch and try and pull everything, or there will be a ton of ground ball and weak fly ball contact. They have to be willing to use line to line to get this done today.
Steven Matz will be on the mound for Game 4. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, Steven Matz is what they look like. Big, strong guy, 6'4", about 220 pounds. Throws from the left side, smooth gas, 93 to 95. Terrific overhand curveball, and his changeup is getting better all the time. Steven Matz is quality.
Okay, here's how the Mets are lining up defensively. And this team, they're not going to be moving around as much as some of the new age teams. The shifting and moving the third baseman over second base and the right fielder to play third base. This is going to be your stationary team, trusting pitchers to execute pitches.
Leading off tonight for the Cubs, left fielder, George Springer.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a cold strike on the game's first pitch as we bring you this one here tonight. Yeah, the rain starting to intensify here. It's coming down a little heavier now. We'll see how much longer the umpires can wait.
Well, you could say that again, Matt. It's raining cats and dogs out there. Make sure you don't step in a poodle. I think it's time to get the grounds crew out.
High in the air down the right field line. And foul. Swing and a miss at one in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Springer is retired, and there's one away.
Batting second here tonight, the right fielder, number 34, Bryce Harper.
First pitch on its way. And a fastball just a bit high. Lifetime numbers against Steven Matz. He's 0 for 5. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate, Rusty Valentine.
Dan, Rusty Valentine behind the dish tonight. He is north-south without question, letters to knees.
Well, I tell you what, he really favors a power pitcher. If you can consistently pitch at about the chest level and above, he'll call that high strike zone. I think he's a very friendly pitcher's umpire.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Nope. 3-0.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 4-pitch walk right here. He doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
The 3-0 pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Line hard toward right center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
Here's Chris Bryant now. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Here's the first pitch to him. And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1. The 1-0 home is swung on and missed. Strike 1.
The count's 1-1.
The 1-1 is taken for ball 2.
Well, when you're behind an account like this pitcher is, it's a good time to work in something off speed if you're confident in it. Most hitters are looking for fastball.
Bryant looking at a 3-1 count. The 3-1. Very weakly on the ground. That goes foul. 2 strikes on him now. Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. With a moment here in Flushing Meadows, let's meet the Mets. Dero, what's your take on this lineup as they look to lock up the division series?
A huge key I see for this lineup is they're going to have to make this defense work. They're not afraid to kick a baseball around. If they can put the ball in play and make this defense beat themselves, they don't even have to worry about running into a 3-run homer.
Jose Quintana will do his best on the mound to keep his team alive here in the division series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, thanks, Matt. Lefty Jose Quintana taking the bump right now. Really like this guy. Not overpowering, but great command of the fastball. And he does something a lot of lefties don't do. He'll come in with that fastball to righties. 3-pitch guy. Fastball, curveball, changeup. Throws all 3 for strikes. Not an overpowering guy, but he is really a control artist.
Striding in, Michael Conforto. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Left fielder, Michael Conforto.
First offering on its way. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. This is hit the other way out toward left field. On the move is Springer, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Batting second, right fielder, Mike Trout.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Ball 1. In past meetings with Jose Quintana, just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Counts even to Trout, 1-1.
That's a real good job of going back-to-back fastballs right there. Most of the time, a hitter will see a fastball in the inside half of the plate, and they'll just think, well, this pitcher's going to go back on the outside. But when you double up like he did right there, it sends a message to the hitter that you're not afraid to throw in that inner half of the plate.
Popped him up. Rizzo is there. 2 gone. And with 2 away, a look at our playoff tree here. And our winner here gets set to take on the LA Dodgers in the NLCS. Here's Starling Marte looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. Quintana's got his target. First pitch on the way. And there's a base hit on the line. So with 2 away, Paul Goldschmidt gets a chance following the base hit.
Hey, there's a nice knock by the 3-hole hitter. I know there's 2 outs, but they always say with your man coming up, the number 4-hole monster, as soon as he steps in the batter's box, there's a runner in scoring position.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that one stayed up a little high. Now a snap move over to first. Just keeping him close. The 1-0 is taken, strike 1.
That's a tough pitch right there. Curveball, kind of front hip. Your first move is to bail a little bit, kind of not want to get hit by that pitch. I can totally understand him taking that first strike.
And he'll snap one over to first. A dive, but he's back. Marte off for second. Pitch inside the throw. And a wide throw here as it skips into center field.
Good steal of second there, and that really sets up the middle of this order to drive in a run and break this scoreless ball game. Always great if you can score first early in the game.
Marte stands at second with 2 gone. Way out in front. And a full count to Paul Goldschmidt. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Now on 3-2 as a pitcher, you've got to go with the pitch that you feel most comfortable throwing with.
Three-two pitch. Comes with a fastball, but it's outside for ball 4.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. Two down, runners at first and second. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. One and one, here it is. This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And this one's in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Big swing, and this one's launched to right field and deep. Into the upper deck, but foul. And that misses, so it's a full count, 3-2.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome. You go back to the dugout as an offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
Trying to escape unscathed here in the first. And he misses again, ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
Some guys take a little time to find the zone, but with the second walk of the first inning, it might be a little more than just settling in here. Not sure how long of a leash they'll give him, but they're not going to let him walk the world out there.
Whit Merrifield next to hit. And a golden opportunity here to give his guys the lead with 3 men aboard. First pitch coming, here it is. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Up top, it's 2-0.
Putting himself in a pretty bad situation now on 2-0, and the base is loaded. He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
The 2-0 on the way. A swing and a miss, strike 1.
Hey, sometimes you get yourselves in a count 2-0. You get exactly what you're looking for, and you have bad barrel accuracy. Time to step out of the box, readjust the batting gloves, take a deep breath, and get back in there. Hope he throws the same pitch.
Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3. Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Definitely a big pitch coming up right here. He's going to be pumped if he can work his way out of this inning with the game still tied.
Big pitch early, the 3-2. Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. Now this is on the ground to second. Is he going to get out of this? Over to first. He does get out of it, and the inning is over. A couple of walks, but no damage. Back with more of Game 4 on MLB Network right after this.
Leading off for the Cubs, first baseman number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
First pitch on its way. Another slow breaking ball that misses down low. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now. And there's the first strike, 2-1.
That is a pro pitch right there. 2-0 curveball for a strike. You make those kind of pitches, you'll be around for a long time.
The 2-1 on its way. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low.
Now this is a leadoff at bat. Great patience, and he's just waiting for that pitch. That's too good to pass up.
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Now the payoff pitch home is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
Batting fifth, second baseman, Javier Bryant.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Curveball that time, not even close.
If you're in the box right now, you got to wait him out. He obviously does not want to come see you with a fastball. He's been nibbling this whole at bat and just missed with that backdoor breaking ball.
Swings through it for strike number 2.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Batting sixth, shortstop, Trevor Story.
Coming to the plate now, Trevor Story. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. And now a pitch on the way. Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike 1.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series. He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
Fastball called for strike 2.
You know that nasty changeup's lurking right here. If I'm in the batter's box, I have to tell myself to stay back. I have to take pull side out of the equation, or that changeup's going to beat me.
And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. No score here as we play inning number 2. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Cubs are down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score.
Leading up for the Mets, the shortstop, Ahmed Rosario.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1. Missed with a breaking ball. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he just misses with a curveball. Kevin Plawecki, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. The 3-1 pitch is a missed drag bunt attempt for a strike. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
And here's the catcher, Kevin Plawecki, as he'll lay off a curveball up in the zone for a ball. 1-0. In past meetings with Jose Quintana, he's 1 for 3. The 1-0 is a breaking ball that's taken for a ball. Really starting to pour now, and the forecast is not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
Line towards center field. But sadly for him, this will head straight to the center fielder as he puts it away without much trouble for the second out. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Steven Matz, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that one stayed too low, apparently. A high fastball is in there. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
A great case of a manager sticking up for his pitcher right there and giving that umpire an earful. He didn't get that pitch called the way he wanted it to, but the manager's planting a seed in that umpire's mind to try to expand the strike zone so some of those borderline pitches start to go his pitcher's way.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Mets go down 1-2-3. We'll move to the third with no score. And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. A 2-ball, no strike count to the Cubs center fielder. Three and 0 now.
Just a little bit off to start the third now. That's 3 straight balls.
The 3-0 pitch is looked at for the first strike. The 3-1. And a good cut there, but it's chopped foul at the plate, and it's full now, 3-2. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
Batting 8, the catcher, number 40,
First delivery to him on the way. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball one. Line drive to left. And that's the first hit in this one for the Cubbies.
Dan, how hard is it to massage your way through such a deep lineup? I mean, even the 8 and 9 hole hitters are solid big league players.
You know, Mark, these days you're not seeing a lot of defensive specialists in the infield or outfield. If you're in that starting lineup these days, there's a pretty good job you could swing the bat.
Into the box now, Jose Quintana. And they'll try and play for one here as he gets this one down. To second for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. One hit in the inning, but no one left. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. And we are tied 0-0. With Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian as Michael Conforto digs into the left side of the batter's box to start things up. Here comes the first pitch. Takes a high fastball for a strike. Fouled off. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And strike 3 called on a fastball that looked inside from here, but that's out number 1.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
Standing in now, Mike Trout, as he'll take a look at ball 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. The 1-0 is looked at for ball number 2.
That was a non-competitive pitch right there, and he finds himself behind 2-0 in this situation. He's going to have to locate something down the zone, get himself back in this count.
2-0 count. The pitch up and in. Big danger now. It's 3-0.
That's a good job right there. You very rarely see pitchers double up where they go a pitch inside. Normally they'll go back outside, but he followed that up with another pitch on the inside part of the plate.
3-1 to the Mets left fielder. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Line drive to center field. Almora is there, 2 gone.
He got that one pretty good. It just didn't have the right launch angle to carry over the outfielder's head. Small difference where the ball hit the bat could have made all the difference.
Stepping in now, Starling Marte, as he'll lay off a curveball in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0. And he fouls this one off. The 1-1 home. This is line to left. Springer is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Down in order go the Mets. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Digging in, George Springer. He'll lead it off against Steven Matz.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Looks at a sinker on the outside corner. Still all zeros in the run column here in the fourth inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
1 ball and 1 strike to the Cubs leadoff batter.
If you're going to have success against some of the better hitters in the game, you got to get that pitch right there. 0-2, he's almost certainly out. 1-1, he's got a chance to really do some damage.
And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. And this one's going to bounce up to the plate. An easy take there, and it's 3-1 now.
Great AB so far. I'd really like to see this guy work a walk and get on base for this team. Maybe give them a shot of confidence that they got a shot to get back in this one.
It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And that nearly broke our tie, but instead it's a foul ball. Looking to fade his first walk. Here it comes. But this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out number 1.
Well, he hit that ball pretty well, but the only problem was that he pulled off it just a bit. The location was a little on the outer half, so he would have hit it even better if he would have stayed through the middle of the field with it.
And now Bryce Harper. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Turned on, but it's wide at first and foul. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
The 1-2. Misses for the second ball.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try to get him out with another curveball. He's seen it already a couple of times, so it's not going to surprise him anymore.
The 2-2 is looked at, and the count moves full.
Boy, went from being in the driver's seat to now being in some trouble. Had the count 0-2, started nipping at the corners, and next thing you know, this count stands at 3-2.
The 3-2 pitch. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. And there's out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that one just missed outside. The 1-0. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Conforto is there. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Fair to say, oh my goodness, these folks are not headed for a career on Broadway. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. So here's the cleanup hitter, Paul Goldschmidt. He drew a walk his first time up.
First baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
First offering on its way. And a fastball just below the knees, ball one. Now it's 2-0.
They obviously circled him before the game that they were not going to let him beat them. Walked him this first time up, and now they're nibbling again.
Hard ground ball to third. And a good throw gets him one gone.
Third baseman, number 16, Kyle Seager.
Into the box now, Kyle Seager. He drew a base on balls his first time up. First pitch on its way. And the first pitch is chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike one. And a breaking ball stays outside. And this one's high and tight, backing him up 2-1. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Hey, if these guys are going to have any chance in this one, they are going to have to set their sights a little lower. You cannot expect to get the barrel of the bat to that baseball. That is entirely too high.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. So a full count now.
Hey, I hope that call doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
Hit back up the middle. And that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit.
Hey, Giro, that's a 1-out single right there. Hey, the pitcher hasn't pitched out of the stretch in a while. He's been pretty sharp so far in this one.
Yeah, and hopefully that runner right there can get his attention a little bit more diverted on first base, and then he leaves a cookie over the middle of the plate.
In now, Whit Merrifield. And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Here comes the 0-1. And that misses 1-1.
The intent with that changeup away was one thing and one thing only. Get a double play ball. Nice job to lay off it at the plate, though.
Seager, base runner at first with 1 out. Runners off for second. On the ground to third. Bryant's got it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
The batter, number 1, shortstop.
Digging in, Ahmed Rosario, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Quintana sets. Here's the first pitch. Fastball off the plate away for ball 1. A ball and a strike. Right there at the belt, 1-2 now.
All right, let's take a step back right here. He's down 1-2, 3 fastballs in a row. There is no way he's throwing them 4.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Pretty standard curve in the dirt, looking for a strikeout there, but that was a good job of recognizing it and holding back at the plate.
This one's down to third. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Mets strand 1 through 4, still tied, 0-0.
Leading off for the Cubs, first baseman number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
First delivery to him on the way. And a ball, 1-0. Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now, 2-0.
That curveball is a pitch you have to get on top of, or else it'll take off just like that one did.
Hey. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 home. Runs a bit inside for a ball.
I know this team has been struggling offensively, but here's a perfect situation with a 3-1 count. You have a chance to do some damage. You know you're getting a guaranteed fastball.
The 3-1. And a good eye here as he takes ball 4, and it's a base on balls to lead off the 5th inning.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Here's Javier Baez. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Marte is under it. Looks it into his glove, and there's 1 gone. The next Cub up, Trevor Story, comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch coming. Here it is. Line drive, fair ball down the line. And now this is thrown wildly, just getting it into the infield. And they'll hold the lead runner at third, but the batter does end up making it to second with only 1 away.
The good news for pitchers in this park is that it doesn't give up many home runs. A lot of room in the outfield. Sometimes that's the bad news as well, though, because there's a lot of space for hits to get down and to go for extra bases just like that.
Into the box now, Albert Almora, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. Rizzo. Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. Now the New York manager's up off the bench on his way to the mound, and he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight. So he'll depart in the 5th with the go-ahead run on base, Didn't work the required 5 for the win, but he could still be hung for the loss should that run come around to score. Robert Gesellman takes the mound to try to get out of this mess. There are 2 on with only 1 away.
Robert Gesellman.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. High and deep down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2. The 1-2. Sliced hard on the ground. Throw from shallow right will get him at first, but the run will come in to score.
Really good job of putting the ball in play right there. Even though it wasn't a base hit, it does bring the go-ahead run for his team.
At the plate, Wilson Contreras, a base hit in his first trip. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. And a bit too high with that one. It's 1-0.
Hey, I know there's a lot of game left, but that is such an important run there in the top of the first. Try and silence this crowd. I can't tell you, in postseason play, 1 run feels like 3 or 4.
This one is launched. Look at this. And that's a home run into the top tank. So a 2-run homer down the line in left, his second home run of the series, and the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead.
Now that one is definitely worth looking at again with our show track technology. It had plenty of distance to get out of the park, and you can see why when it's hit at 115 miles an hour. That's not something you see every day.
The pitcher, number 62, Jose Quintana.
Number 13 will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 13.
Starts him out with a slider for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. And a neck-high fastball that time. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. 3 runs already home here. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. But they strike for 3 in the inning, 2 on this 2-run home run. Middle of the night at Citi Field, it's 3-0 Chicago. Kyle Hendricks, the right-handed reliever, standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen.
Kyle Hendricks.
And here's the catcher, Kevin Plawecki.
For the Mets, catcher, Kevin Wawecki.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
That's a
The
ball.
fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. The 1-0 is taken down and in for a ball. The 2-0. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground, but a foul ball, and it's 2-1 now. Now the 2-1 pitch is taken, ball 3.
You can bet they'd love ball 4 here. That gives the pitcher on deck an obvious bunt situation to move the runner into scoring position.
The 3-1 pitch is in there for a full count now, 3-2.
Somebody needs to go rattle the cage right here. Take the bats and start throwing them all over the dugout to get these boys going. If this continues, I guarantee you see a different lineup tomorrow.
A little bouncer. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Once again, a 3-2. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Around first, he's digging for second. And he will pull into second with a lead off double.
Man, that's got the sting for the pitcher and his teammates. They just get on the board and are feeling good about themselves, looking for a shutdown inning so they can get some more runs on the board. But instead, this guy blasts a lead-off double. Getting that shutdown inning is going to be a lot tougher now.
Brandon Nimmo.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. Two balls and no strikes to the Mets center fielder.
No strike.
Clearly staying away from him in this at-bat with that runner in scoring position tells me they're trying to force him to reach for something and maybe roll over on it.
The 2-0 on the way. Too high. And it's 3-0. Michael Conforto will be next. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. And he lays off ball 4, so he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done.
Left fielder, Michael.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Michael Conforto. He got called out on strikes his last.
Your attention, please.
So a new pitcher coming on now, and we'll get a look at the hard-throwing right-hander Brandon Morrow. From the stretch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
You're on the mound in this situation, you only have 2 options. You got to find a way to strike this next guy out or get him to ground into a double play.
Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Ripped down the first base line, but a foul ball, 1-2 now. Plawecki over at second. Nimmo at first with no outs. Line to the right side. And they'll run him down and tag him out between first and second. A double play.
Boy, every pitcher needs a little bit of help. How about this? This infielder makes a terrific catch on this line drive, probably saving a run from scoring.
Now at the plate, Mike Trout hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out. First delivery to him on the way. Bouncer up the middle. And that is through into center field, a base hit. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
He took that back right where it came from. Nice ribby knock right up the chute.
You know, a little bit frustrating as a pitcher. You always hear that, hey, you want to make yourself one of the defenders, but that ball was hit just out of his reach, right up the middle, base hit, and another run batted in.
Before the first pitch, a check at first. And he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. Here's Starling Marte as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's 1 for 2 in this one. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And you wonder about the control now as he misses high with the slider. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Ugly swing right there. That pitch wasn't even close. You could tell this guy's been in the swing mode from the minute he walked into the batter's box.
The 1-2 pitch. Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Some more of the colorful characters here at the ballpark tonight. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Brock Stewart takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 48, Brock Stewart.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go George Springer. No hits to this point.
George Springer.
Here comes the first pitch. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. But this is foul for the first strike. Oh, 0-1. Here it comes. Back up. Oh, no, that got him. And they are able to get the out at first, but more importantly, let's hope he's okay on the mound. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. And now Bryce Harper. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Down and away, ball 1. Here's the 1-1. And he chased up and out of the zone, a swing and a miss.
You know, that can really be an effective pitch to a guy that has a lot of pop. They're up there looking for a fastball up in the zone, so if you can place it a little above it, they have a hard time getting the barrel up there.
This is swung out and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th inning.
Boy, there's the perfect pitch right there, the straight changeup. He hadn't used it yet in this at-bat, and what does he do? He uses it, pulls the string, and gets the big strikeout.
Here's Chris Bryant now, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. 0 for 2 for him to this point. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate here as that misses.
I like that he tried to tie him up inside on that pitch, but it was a little bit of a risky situation because if you're off just a little bit, you can end up plunking a guy. That's the last thing you want to do when you've got a guy 0-2.
The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2. Here now the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs as the lead remains 3-1. Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
First offering on its way. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1. In prior outings against Brandon Morrow, pretty average results, 4 for 15. He also has 1 home run. And a cut fastball here that he started off a bit too far inside. It nearly got him.
You know, sometimes it takes a pitcher a few pitches to get going, but those 2 pitches weren't even close. Ball's behind the count 2-0. It's time to start getting locked in.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now.
And in a 2-run game right here, you really don't want to walk the leadoff guy to start an inning. You've got to keep that tying run in the on-deck circle as long as you can.
Three and 1. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Count still full, 3-2. Another full count pitch on its way. Count remains full. Hard hit toward the hole. Backhanded. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Man, there's just no excuse for a middle infielder to make a play like that, especially your shortstop. Looked like a routine play, but for some reason, he just pulled the first baseman off the bag. It happens, but you never want to give a team extra outs.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. Last time through was a base hit. from the stretch. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Here's a high pop-up. Baez waits on it. 1 out. Stepping in with Merrifield. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Missed with a slider. Goldschmidt stands at first with 1 out. Tapped up the first baseline. He's got it. And he'll just step on first here to take the Shure out.
Now batting, the shortstop, Ahmed.
Now at the plate, Ahmed Rosario. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. First pitch of the at-bat. There's a strike. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Popped him up. Rizzo is under it. And the inning is over. Mets leave 1. Score holds. It's 3-1. Welcome back to Citi Field in Flushing. Game 4 is off to the 7th inning now, but before we get it started, let's check out our game summary to this point.
Anthony Rizzo.
Now here's the pitch. Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. One and 1, the count to the Cubs' first baseman. The 1-1 pitch. Misses. Ball 2. Pulled toward right center field. Trout giving chase. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Standing in, Javier Baez. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Here's the first pitch to him. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1. The 1-1 grounded back up the middle. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit.
Now batting, shortstop, Trevor Story.
And that brings in the power-hitting shortstop, Trevor Story. 1 for 2 in the ballgame thus far. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And that misses inside 1-0. One-0 count. Here it is. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Well, both of those balls have been inside, so if I'm hitting, I'm looking for something I can get my arms extended on. Probably won't come back inside for a third time.
The 2-0. High fly ball out to deep right field. Back goes Trout. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Digging in now, Albert Almora. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner.
You know, guys, sometimes guys don't like pulling the trigger 0-0. They want to see something go by, calibrate the speed, calibrate the brake, and then make their adjustments off that. Maybe that's the case right here.
The 0-1 is a fastball low, and that evens the count at 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. Baez, the runner at first with 2 gone. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Rosario's got it cleanly. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Cubs strand 1, but they hang on to a 3-1 lead. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Kevin Plawecki, and to start out the
Catcher, Kevin Plawecki.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Cole Hamels gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Cole Hamels.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Harper has a read on it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
For the Mets, Edgar R. Stewart.
Jorge Salinas. We'll get the call here as he'll hit for the
number 28, Jorge Salinas.
Here's a blooper out toward left center. Story into shallow left. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range, heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
Standing in now, Michael Conforto. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. So they breeze through this half of the inning. 8th inning coming up. It's the Cubs 3 and the Mets 1. Cannon Middleton has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 39, Cannon Middleton.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras.
And in that last at bat, it makes you think this guy might have went up there looking for the breaking ball, because he certainly got a breaking ball, and he didn't miss it. Hit it right on the screws.
Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1. Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
Swing and a miss on a pitch outside. 1-2 now. And it's fouled away. The 1-2. He's at the knees and called strike 3.
Flat out locked him up with the changeup right there. Usually you're trying for a swing and miss when you throw that pitch in a 2-strike count, but clearly he wasn't looking for it, so it's a backwards K for him.
Tommy La Stella is going to grab a bat now and hit for the pitcher, Hamels.
Number 2, Tommy La Stella.
In there for strike 1. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. La Stella, a native of New Jersey, the Garden State as it's known. He was an 8th round selection back in 2011.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
That's a pretty good pitch right there. That fastball on the inner half of the plate. You can see that he just isn't able to get those arms extended, and pretty ugly swing right there.
Here's George Springer. First pitch of the AB is swung on and lifted in the air to straightaway center. Marte will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Dylan Betances enters from the pen to start the 8th, and it's quite possible they'll ask him to pitch 2 full innings to close this out. Next up for New York, Mike Trout. He singled his last time up.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. The fastball down near the shoe tops. Ball and no strikes. Here it is.
2 balls.
Missed with a breaking ball. Hard hit ball to second. He lays out, but he can't make the play, and it's through into right.
This is the cat and mouse of baseball right here. Batter versus pitcher. You fight so hard as an offensive player to get count leverage. 1-0, 2-0, 3-1. Check out the batting averages in those counts, and then check out the batting averages in even and behind counts with 2 strikes. 2-0, your eyes light up, and the batter didn't miss it.
Here's a look over to first, and he'll dive back in safely. Into the box, Starling Marte. In the dirt, and he is in there. They couldn't get him at second. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
And I think that's the case of the pitcher being a little too preoccupied with the speed at first. He lost focus on making the pitch and throws an absolute scud. The irony, of course, is the runner's now on second, and he didn't even have to steal.
Right over the middle, knee high. Potensis is one of those guys that just seems to be at his best under pressure. Runners in scoring position, tight game, tough hitters at the plate. That's when he's at his best.
One of the keys, Matty V, to being a good reliever is being able to pitch out of trouble. Trouble that's created by the pitchers before you, or sometimes you even have some mess that you put on yourself. Hey, regardless if it's a mess that he's inherited or one that he's created for himself, this guy makes good pitches when the game's on the line.
The 2-1 on its way. Breaking ball in for a strike. Trout leads off second with nobody out. And a 3-2 full count to Starling Marte.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. Tapper up the line, but it rolls foul, so we'll have another payoff pitch. The 3-2 one more time. Fouled away. 8th inning of this low-scoring affair. 3-1 our score. And this is swung on and missed, and boy, they took care of a key man there. 1 away.
First baseman, number 44.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. No hits to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that one right down Main Street.
Hey, that's a great job by the pitcher to get ahead right there. You know you got a star hitter at the plate. He's not afraid to go to 2 strikes or go deep in the count. That's what you have to do. You have to put him at a disadvantage with the count.
Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called to strike anyway. 0-2 now. Working for the punch out and the offering. Oh, and a great knuckle curve just buckled him there, and there are 2 gone.
It's never a good look to strike out looking, but it's way worse when you do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. Batanzas sets 1-1 on its way. And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2. A little too tall that time. 3-1 now.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle of the order get worked away, but not right here. They're keeping it inside on him.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin the win if he starts looking for it in there.
The 3-1 pitch. And that misses ball 4. So it's first and second now with 2 out. Kyle Lewis will be summoned now to be the pinch runner.
Your attention, please. Now running at first for the Mets, number 5, Kyle Lewis.
With Merrifield next to hit. Previous history against Dellin Betances, just a 2-for-14 line, so advantage pitcher here. First pitch coming, here it is. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Great job of getting back in the zone with a hard fastball after the walk. I think he might have let a little frustration out with that pitch.
I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
Some guys have no trouble hitting with 2 strikes, and some guys never want to get there. Let's see the approach right here. I'd like to see him shorten up a little bit, maybe choke up and try and work the ball back up the middle the other way.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Fouled off. 2 men are on with 2 men out. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. 2 left for the Mets, and it remains a 3-1 ball game. Kyle Lewis is going to go ahead and stay in the ball game and play third now.
Now playing. Third base, number 5, Kyle Lewis.
Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Jose Torres will come on to pitch here, and he'll move into the number 5 spot in the lineup now on the double switch.
Number 76.
Jeff McNeil is into the ball game as well, as he'll slide into the pitcher spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch.
10, Jeff McNeil.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Now the pitch. The 0-1 is a fastball low, and that evens the count at 1-1. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground at the left side. And there's his first base hit in this one. With that, the Cubs get their leadoff man aboard.
Hey, this looks like it could be a potential add-on inning here in the ninth. Add-on gives some breathing room to their pitcher going into the bottom of the inning, D-Row.
Yeah, you love when the offense stays aggressive. And you also like giving your relief pitcher a chance to breathe a little bit, not having to come out there with just a one-run lead.
Here's Chris Bryant now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 1-0 is a changeup that drops below the knees for a ball. And it looks now like a right-hander's begun to get loose in the Mets bullpen. Now the 2-0 will not catch the zone. Ball 3.
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to have the mentality that you're only a strike and or a ground ball double play away from getting back on track.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. And a changeup couldn't get him to bite, and it's ball 4.
And with the bases empty and 3 balls, I think they were probably just saying, hey, we're not going to compound our mistakes here. Better issue a free pass and give him something to drive.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far. First delivery to him on the way. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. In his career, Rizzo has over 200 career home runs, so he's certainly capable of leaving the yard in this big spot here.
Oh, yeah, Matty, absolutely. Right man, right time. He's been there, done that, hit a bunch of home runs in his career, and he sets up nice for him.
And there's ball 1. Harper at second. Bryant on at first with nobody out. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2. Another try at 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed for the first down. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a Arodys Vizcaíno enters the game with 1 gone in the top of inning number 9.
Arodys Vizcaíno.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone. And with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
2 balls and a strike to Javi Baez. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. And that's in there above the belt, so it's even now, 2-2.
Hey, that's got to throw the batter's game plan off a little bit. He thinks sinker's coming. Double play situation. He gets the ordinary fastball. He's got to be thinking what's coming next.
Count remains 2-2.
It looked like, from our perspective, he gave up on that one a little too quick and then tried to emergency hack late.
Here's another 2-2. 2-2 pitch just missed. First and second now, 1 man out. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
These guys on defense are still within striking distance, but after that walk, one swing of the bat could really blow this thing wide open.
Ready for another chance? Trevor Story. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. The 1-1 home. Waves and misses for strike number 2.
Good job of making him chase that pitch down below the strike zone. That's where you want to pitch when you're looking for the double play ball.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2. Still even at 2-2. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Gone. It's a grand slam. So he promptly unloads the bases with that one. His first homer here in the series, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
Yeah, you've got to feel really sorry for the pitcher. He was up against the ropes, bases loaded, with the power hitter at the plate. The best thing you could do in that situation is to try to keep him from making hard contact. Well, so much for that. He obviously made a mistake, and the big slugger made him pay.
Center fielder, number 5, Albert Almora.
And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Four runs here in this half inning. Slider, but that's below the knees, and it's 2-0.
This inning really feels like it's getting away from him out there. As a reliever, you can't let that happen. Nothing you can do about what's already happened, and it's only going to get worse if you're not focusing on the guy in the batter's box.
Now the 2-0 home is laid off, but in there for strike 1.
There's a called strike on a fastball up in the zone. We're seeing more of that from pitchers nowadays. With the launch angles, guys are looking for the ball down in the zone. If a pitcher can pitch up in the zone like that pitch right there, you can go ahead and make some hay.
And this will ricochet off of him on the mound. So gets him. So they are able to get an out on an unusual play. And hopefully the pitcher's okay. And now they'll hustle out there and attend to their pitcher. And that was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee. But if there's one thing I know about this guy, he will not want to come out of this game. And from all indications, it looks like he's going to try to continue. Digging in, Wilson Contreras. So far 2 for 3 in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Slider right over the middle, taken for a strike. And he misses with it. 1-1.
Look out, 1-1.
Two out, nobody on. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Two and 2 to the Cubs catcher. And look out as that fastball ran in and got him. Ouch, Brand.
Yeah, it was a great battle there, and he was 1 strike away from putting him away. As a pitcher, you hate to put a guy on for free after all that work.
Seth Lugo comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. Victor Caratini will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Set. Here's the 0-1. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. Contreras is off at first with 2 away. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Right side. Throw in time for the 3rd out, but it certainly took a while as the inning is finally over. But the damage is already done as the Cubs plate 4 on this grand slam home run. Last chance coming up here for the Metropolitans. It's the Cubs 7 and the Mets 1. Carl Edwards Jr. takes the mound as he's been called upon to pitch.
Number 6, Carl Edwards Jr.
And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ahmed Rosario. In his last at-bat, he popped out in foul ground. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. To the left side, but it's well foul.
Hey, he looked like he was a little bit out in front on that breaking ball right there. The body can go a little bit. If he was able to keep his hands back a little bit, he might have been able to do some damage with that pitch.
A ball and 2 strikes now. Fastball easy to lay off that time. 2-2. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
From 0-2 to 3-2, what a great at-bat to start this inning off. Hey, this could be a productive inning.
3-2 pitch. Hit out towards second. Slide and a stop by Baez. So one away after the phenomenal defensive effort.
Wow, what a great show of range there. This ball looked like it might get through up the middle, but check out the sliding stop, and that's going to take him right into a good throwing position where he's able to get enough on the throw to get him out at first.
And here's the catcher, Kevin Plawecki. Grounded up the first baseline. Rizzo was there, and he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Now batting, third baseman. Jeff.
Settling in now, Jeff McNeil. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Now the pitch. In there, and it's 0-1.
Not too often you see a changeup come across at 88 miles an hour on the gun. Still effective when you're throwing a fastball in the high 90s, though.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Good changeup, just missed inside. The 1-1 home. Taken, called, strike 2, and now they're down to their final strike tonight. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. And he gets strike 3 called to end it here, and with that, this one is over.
Well, this game had its moments, but it got out of hand pretty quick. Always nice when you can coast to a 6-run win. Save your closer for another day and let everyone in on the action.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, heroes are made in the postseason, and he was at least the hero in this one. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason. So when you come to play like he did and make a big difference for your team, it's something that won't be forgotten.
(7-1) the final score in tonight's. Chicago have evened it up at 2 here in the division series. Kyle Hendricks takes home the win. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB Network.